Introduction to CSS Layout and its Evolution. CSS is a style sheet language used to describe the presentation of a document written in HTML. CSS layout is an essential aspect of any front-end development project. The evolution of CSS layout has been shaped by the changing needs of web developers and the rapid evolution of web technologies. CSS initial release and its capabilities. CSS was first introduced in 1996 to separate the presentation of a document from its content. CSS had limited capabilities, but allowed developers to apply styles such as fonts, colors, and backgrounds to HTML documents. A key feature of CSS was the ability to apply styles to multiple pages using a single style sheet. The evolution of CSS layout, Timeline CSS. The need for more complex layouts led to the launch of the Timeline CSS project in 2005. Timeline CSS used CSS positioning and floats to create a timeline layout. This project demonstrated that CSS could be used to create complex layouts, not just apply basic styles to HTML documents. CSS best practices in 2017. Using a CSS preprocessor such as Sass or Less was considered a best practice. Using a CSS framework such as Bootstrap or Foundation was another best practice. Organizing CSS for front-end mastery. Organizing CSS is essential for front-end mastery and involves breaking up CSS code into smaller, more manageable modules. Using a naming convention such as BM, block element modifier, makes it easier to understand the purpose of each CSS class or ID. Visual design, creating a more complex shape using CSS and HTML. CSS transforms allow you to rotate, skew, and scale elements, while CSS shapes allow you to define a shape for a CSS element using a path or set of coordinates. The perspective on code blocks has changed. Code blocks have become an essential part of the development process and are used to group related styles together. The release of CSS3, new capabilities and features. CSS3 was released in 2011 and introduced CSS Grid and media queries. CSS Grid is a layout system that allows developers to create complex, responsive layouts. Media queries allow developers to apply different styles to a document based on the screen size or device type. CSS layout best practices today. Using a mobile-first approach in CSS Grid are considered best practices today. Conclusion: the future of CSS layout. CSS layout has evolved to become a powerful tool for creating complex layouts and designs. As web development continues to evolve, CSS layout will continue to play a vital role in the development process. Further advancements in CSS layout can be expected as new technologies emerge.